They say nothing lasts forever. But truck owners know that's not true. Because when you climb into a pickup, turn the key, and hear that engine roar, it's more than just metal and fuel. It's memories of long hauls, cross-country trips, tough jobs, and nights under the hood with grease on your hands. Some engines aren't just built to run, they're built to live forever. In today's video, we're counting down the 10 legendary truck engines that last forever. And I promise, the number one engine on this list is so tough, so proven, that many owners claim it will outlive them. Stay tuned, because once you hear these stories, you'll never look at your truck the same way again. Number 10, Ford 300 Inline 6. If reliability had a mascot, it would look like the Ford 300 Inline 6. Introduced back in the 1960s, this engine was never about speed or luxury. It was about raw, unbreakable toughness. Farmers loved it because they could pull, haul, and work all day without worrying about breakdowns. Contractors loved it because it never complained, even when overloaded. And old-timers still say, you could run it low on oil, low on coolant, even abuse it, and it would still get you home. You don't see that kind of loyalty anymore. Even today, you'll find Ford F-Series trucks from the 70s and 80s still running their original 300 straight 6. That's why mechanics call it the engine that refuses to die. Number 9, Cummins 5.9 L12 valve diesel. Here's the one that put Dodge trucks on the map. The 5.9 Cummins 12 valve wasn't just an engine, it was a revolution. Back in the early 90s, when Dodge partnered with Cummins, nobody expected it to dominate the truck market. But once people saw how these engines pulled, towed, and lasted hundreds of thousands of miles, it became legendary. Truckers brag about hitting 500,000 miles with no major rebuilds. Farmers still use them for heavy-duty towing, and off-roaders love their simplicity. Why? Because there's no complicated electronics. Just mechanical fuel injection and old-school toughness. To this day, the 12-valve Cummins is a cult classic. And if you own one, you know exactly why. Number 8. Chevrolet 350 Small Block V8. Ask anyone who grew up around trucks in America, and chances are, their dad or granddad owned a Chevy with a 350 small block. It's one of the most famous engines in history, cheap to repair, easy to find parts for, and so reliable it became the backbone of Chevy trucks for decades. Whether you were hauling lumber, pulling a boat, or just cruising on the weekends, the 350 never let you down. Mechanics love it because it's simple. Owners love it because it lasts. And truck fans love it because it's been part of American life for generations. That's not just an engine, that's tradition. Number 7. Toyota 22R/22RE. If you ever owned a Toyota pickup in the 80s or 90s, you know this one. The 22R and 22RE engines are small, four-cylinder workhorses. They don't look like much on paper, but they built Toyota's reputation for being indestructible. Here's the crazy part. These engines will keep running even if you forget to change the oil. They'll survive overheating, towing too much weight, and road trips across deserts. Owners regularly report 300,000 miles or more, and many go even higher. The 22RE became so iconic that when people talk about why Toyota trucks last forever, this is the engine they're thinking of. Number 6. International DT466 Diesel. School bus drivers, farmers, and construction crews all know this beast. The DT466 is legendary in medium-duty trucks. What makes it so special? Two things. It's ridiculously reliable. You can rebuild it without pulling it out of the truck. That means companies loved it because downtime was minimal. And drivers loved it because it just never gave up. To this day, you'll see old international trucks and school buses still running strong with the original DT466. It's the definition of forever. Number 5. Ford Powerstroke 7.3L Diesel. From 1994 to 2003, Ford produced what many fans still call the best diesel engine ever made. The 7.3 Powerstroke is everything a truck engine should be. Powerful, reliable, and built to last 500,000 miles. It wasn't the fastest and it wasn't the most high-tech, but that's what made it great. It was simple. Even today, used trucks with the 7.3 sell for more than newer models. That tells you everything you need to know about this legend. Number 4. Cummins 6BT 5.9L. If you've ever seen a million-mile truck, chances are it's powered by the 6BT Cummins. This engine has almost no weak points. No fancy electronics. No complicated systems. Just pure, mechanical strength. Owners say the truck around it will rust away long before the engine dies. This is why you'll find 6BT swaps in everything: pickups, farm equipment, even boats. Once you've owned one, you understand why it's considered one of the toughest engines in history. Number 3. GMC/Chevy Duramax LB7. When GM dropped the LB7 Duramax in the early 2000s, it changed everything. Suddenly, Chevy and GMC trucks could compete with Ford and Dodge in the diesel game. Yes, it had injector issues early on, but once fixed, these engines just keep going. Owners love the balance between power, fuel economy, and longevity. To this day, Duramax trucks from the early 2000s are still hauling, towing, and proving they can last just as long as the competition. Number 2. Detroit Diesel Series 60. Technically a semi-truck engine, but it deserves a spot on this list. The Detroit Diesel Series 60 became famous for going over 1 million miles. Trucking companies loved it because it was efficient. Drivers loved it because it was bulletproof. And mechanics loved it because it was easy to maintain. When you see a semi-truck still rolling after decades, chances are it's powered by a Series 60. Number 1. Cummins 6.7L Turbo Diesel. Finally, the king of modern truck engines. The 6.7 Cummins combines everything you want: insane torque, modern power, and old-school reliability. Owners regularly hit 500,000 miles, and with good maintenance, these engines push well past 1 million. Truck lovers call it the last engine you'll ever need. And if you ask Dodge Ram owners, they'll tell you the 6.7 Cummins isn't just a truck engine, it's a lifestyle. So there you have it, 10 legendary truck engines that last forever. From the Ford 300 inline 6 to the modern 6.7 Cummins, these engines prove one thing: trucks aren't just machines. They're stories, they're history, and they're a way of life. Which one is your favorite? Did I miss an engine that you think deserves a spot on this list? Drop it in the comments. I read every single one. And if you love trucks, engines, and the machines that keep America moving, make sure you subscribe to Car Care Clarity.